If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or anything gaming related, check the referral links down in the description. They'll take you to g2a.com. They already have a discount on most of their goods already, and with the code CHES at checkout, you can get yourself an extra 3% off as well.
Hey guys, how's it going? Ches back again and welcome to episode number 190 of the Career Mode Road to Glory here on FIFA 15. We start with the final friendly of the season. We will be getting into the Barclays Premier League season proper a little bit later on in today's episode. Also trying to move on Julian von Hark. Obviously in the previous episode we were pretty adamant that we were very now desperate for him to move on so that we can bring that money in to get more players into the club, because we've moved on a couple of players, we've brought in a couple of players, but we could really do with that large chunk of income now to help us improve the rest of the squad to the extent that we really think we need to be able to compete in the Champions League and at the top of the Barclays Premier League. They bring it back to 1-1 here, Elche, just after half-time. But we were definitely dominant in this game. We really found our stride in today's episode with this game here against Elche. Georgiev is on his way through here, as you can see, one-on-one. Just there's no excuses for the defender there in making that challenge. You can see top left, he did get sent off. So they're down to 10 men. There's only 15 minutes left to go and it's still 1-1. They cannot cope with the pace of Paulsen, and they cannot cope at the back with the finishing of Paulsen either. That makes it Cambridge 2, Elche 1, and we're actually going to extend that lead further here with Ivaz cutting forward. Obviously, with pre-season friendlies, I tend to show you minimal highlights, just the goals if there are over 3. They've already been 3, and Sodo Berahino is going to win us a penalty here for the chance to make it 4. 3-1 in our favour if he can find the back of the net, which he does. So, very nicely done. 3-1 to Cambridge in the 82nd minute, and then in stoppage time, Georgiev is going to square the ball here to Sodo Berahino. You see him bursting towards the near post here, drill it in, goes for the shot, gets taken out. Another penalty in stoppage time to Cambridge. This time Georgiev's going to take it, and very well taken indeed as well. 5-1 the final scoreline in our final friendly of the season. We couldn't have asked for a better way to head into the Barclays Premier League season. I mean, well, we could have not conceded the one goal, but to be fair, who cares? It's a 5-1 victory, and it's time to try and get some business done in the transfer window now. We've already brought in 3 players, or is it 4 players, on pre-season contract deals from last year. We've brought in Arias at right back, we've brought in Kishner, we've brought in James Ward-Prowse, and I think that's it. No, and we brought in Areola, the goalkeeper. So we have brought in 4 pre-season players, or 4 players on pre-season contracts for free. We've also brought in Sodo Berahino so far, up top as a striker. We're looking to replace Alvaro Vidillo on the right-hand side. Now, Pione Sisto isn't, an out-and-out first teamer, but he would be perfect for that rotation role because, of course, we have Sadio Mane as our number 1 right midfielder right now. And finally, we get a bid in for Julian von Hark. However, it's well undervalued, so I am going to ask Manchester City for £35 million if possible. Obviously, they bought Nicholas Spaller off us last season for £30 million, so they seem to be our best port of call when we need a little bit of money. But we're offering, I think I'm going to offer £10 million here, plus Wendell for Jetro Willems. He would go in as my number 1 left-back ahead of Biraki. Confirmation that City have accepted the counter-offer of £35 million for Julian von Hark, and that will be going through in the next couple of in-game days, so we will have a large chunk of money to come in. Now, they accepted FC Midland, our offer of just a straight swap, Alvaro Vidillo for Pione Sisto. He looks very good. Obviously, we've just bought him in Football Manager, and he grows very nicely in FM. Hasn't grown too much in this career mode, but still, he's kind of perfect for that rotation role, and Sadio Mane will continue to hold down that first team right mid spot. We're trying to work out a deal for Daniel Amate. Can't quite get him to accept a contract just yet, and they still are very adamant that they want even more money for Jetro Willems, so we'll try 11 million plus Wendell to see if we can finally get Hoffenheim to accept that offer. Pione Sisto has accepted the contract offer though, so he will be coming in. They have, Julian von Hark has gone now to Manchester City for £35 million, so we get 29.5 added to our budget. Plus, of course, the fact that Julian von Hark was on 200 grand a week wages as well means that we are very much well endowed right now. As you can see, £45.5 million, 300 million, well, that'd be nice, 300,000 in the wage budget, so Now is the time to make the money count. We've brought in Pione Sisto, we're trying to bring in Daniel Amate and Jetro Willems. We'll see if we can finalise those two deals before the end of the episode. But we get an offer in here for Sebastian Brauer, one of our young goalkeepers. He'll go out on loan to Carlisle, hopefully grow a little bit, but we won't really see the fruition of that loan because obviously FIFA 16 is just around the corner. The plan is to hopefully get to the end of this season and experience a full Champions League year before FIFA 16 arrives. We'll have to wait and see whether we can squeeze in enough football between now and then, but we do still have about a month, so we should be able to do so. But we start with a game away from home against Everton in the Barclays Premier League this season. Again, they've got Fabian Torres in goal. It's not Fernando Torres, as some people continue to think in the comment section, despite every single time we play them. I mention it's Fabian Torres, our former goalkeeper, in goal for Everton, but they are starting Salomon Rondon up top, who has been he and Lukaku have been my biggest kind of bogey players to play against. But James Ward-Prowse goes on a brilliant run here at the start of the game. Good save by Torres, but it drops straight back to James Ward-Prowse. On his competitive debut, he scores after 3 minutes. A wonderful run. We couldn't have expected more from him, to be completely honest. I was taken aback by that. Did not expect that to happen whatsoever, but we'll take a 1-0 lead immediately. James Ward-Prowse again looking for an assist this time. Sadio Mane's in behind, but a lovely block by Luke Garber, and it lifts it over the keeper, but over the bar as well. The 5-1 win against Elche has given this squad the confidence to really push on and hopefully get a decent victory here against Everton. We are definitely on top. They haven't even had a chance yet. Yusuf Poulsen down the right hand side drills it in, looking for the man at the near post, and somehow Fabian Torres is able to turn that over the bar. I don't know how. It was James Ward-Prowse in there, and he's just reacted at the very last minute. That actually hit the bar on the way over, so we'll have a corner. Sadio Mane is going to take it, obviously holding down now that right mid spot with the departure of for Dio, but it drops to John Stones after the keeper can't punch it clear properly. No thought going through his mind at all of perhaps not celebrating against his former club. John Stones celebrating wildly to make it 2-0 Cambridge, and then straight after half-time at kick-off, we pick the ball off them with Poulsen, and an emphatic finish. Turns his side with a Berber spin, and then on his weaker left foot, that is a destructive finish into that top left corner. The keeper was getting nowhere near that. So much power and precision on it that makes it Cambridge 3, Everton 0. Despite the fact you can see top left, they've had 60% possession. They have a chance to get it one back here. Brian Oviedo with a header from the free kick, but it was nowhere near good enough to get them back in this game. But had they scored there, they really would have been back in the game with almost the full second half still to play to try and get themselves a second and then maybe a third. James Ward-Prowse looking for his second of the game. Can't quite find his range though with that finesse shot. That is something that I'm hoping he'll be pretty good at because he's got like 92 curve plus 85 free kick accuracy. So set pieces he'll be dangerous, and those sorts of finesse shots from distance he'll be dangerous as well. But Salomon Rondon gets in a good turn here, completely sends the defender. Good shot, but well held by Areola. Very impressed with him so far in his time at the club, so far in this opening few games. I am planning on continuing to make Marcus Hutchinson my number one goalkeeper though, but Areola's done very well so far in this game. I mistakenly left him into the first team, to be completely honest, but how he's not finished that there, I don't know. Should be 3-1, should even be perhaps 3-2 or 3-3 by this point. The quality of chances that Everton have created to this point in the game, despite the amount of goal scoring opportunities we have, they could have been on level terms. But Pione Sisto came off the bench as a substitute, stands it up into the box with a beautiful cross and picks out Saido Berahino, another substitute, come off the bench for our fourth goal. A lovely cross. Berahino was just on his own there. Easy volley into the back of the net. He's hit the ground running, Berahino, as well, with his goals in pre-season and now in the competitive season as well, which means that we have a 4-0 victory from our opening game of the Barclays Premier League table to go hand in hand with our 5-1 victory over Elche, which means we are definitely top of the table after one game. Still trying to work out deals contract-wise for Jetro Willems and Daniel Amate, though. Neither of them seem overly keen on moving, so I'm just going to have to throw an extra little bit of money their way just to make sure that they're going to accept those contracts, because I really do want to bring them both in. And also, we now need to replace Julian von Hark. We have a lot of money to spend, and we're looking for a marquee central midfield signing. Now, I've got a number of players on my shortlist here that I'm going to show you in just a second, and I'm going to need your feedback on all of them. I'm going to sign one of these guys. Now, I'm going to have to record tomorrow's episode ahead of time. So what I'm going to do is try and put in offers for all of them. And then you take in your guys' feedback as to which one I should go and sign. And then sign that player, or the most popular player, or the player that I feel is a fine balance between quite popular with you guys and one that I'm quite keen on bringing in, and then bring them in on Sunday evening. This is Friday's episode. I'll record Saturdays ahead of time and get in as many offers for these guys as I possibly can, and then we'll look to bring someone in on Sunday night's episode. But there are a few players here that are very expensive, like Marco Verratti, and then there are players like Strootman that are still very, very good players, but a cheaper option like Ramsey, Wilshere and Strootman that are around about the £15 million mark. Then Bastian Schweinsteiger, an ageing Bastian Schweinsteiger, 83 rated now because his physicals have been destroyed, but he's available on a free. He's valued at £0. I mean, he might just straight out refuse to move from Bayern because he's a one-club player or something. But clearly, in real life, he's shown that he's not a one-club player. But that is the amount of money that we have to spend right now. Obviously, though, you have to take into account the £11 million for Jetro Willems. So that will come out of that also. And the money for Daniel Amate that will come out of that as well. If we can move on Stefano Gabbiadini, then I will do, because he's on 100 grand a week and we need to get him out, because that was another one of the players that we kind of used to get across as much of last season's budget into this season as possible. But for the second season in a row, nobody appears to want to buy Stefano Gabbiadini, so I may have to look into just releasing him and making the most of whatever we have left. But we'll probably have around about £30 million to spend on, or 25 to £30 million to spend on a new central midfielder. So the players like Marco Verratti, etc., the players that are like 30 million plus may be out of my reach, but I thought I'd offer them to you as an option if we can free up some extra money, because maybe we could just wait until January to replace that central midfielder and use the £10 million we get from competing in the Champions League to boost our finances for January, and then really bring in someone amazing once we get to that transfer window. But for now, that's going to bring today's episode to a close. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed, of course, as always. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check the channel page for anything you may have missed over the past few days. There'll, of course, been an episode of the Golden Oldies Squad Challenge uploaded earlier on today. There'll have been a Barcelona Career Mode episode uploaded earlier on today. There was a My Player last night as well. Check the channel page for all of those videos. Follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. All links will be in the description down below, as well as a referral link to my sponsor G2A if you want to check them out. But that's all from me. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.